All right, weekend sports betting tips on the Barroom Network. My name's Tooch. Got Anthony from Powdered Sports and Mr. Sean Higgs.
What's up, fellas?
Welcome back.
Welcome
Wasn't
back.
the same without you.
Yep.
Yeah, I had.
Send out
So
that
it was
tweet.
like, homecoming. I was like, had to go for I didn't even know why I go for pictures of it. My wife's like, gotta go see you. I'm like,
Oh, the boss says you got to get pictures. The boss, you got to go get pictures.
she went. I went. I mean, there was one other. I think two other moms there. Like, don't know. I mean, I don't gotta go. I mean, listen, if it was like Lily had a thing, she got all dressed up on Saturday, and her friends just went to her friend's house, took pictures, went out to dinner. So she didn't go. They actually don't go to like the homecoming because it's it's at the school or whatever. They don't just think some fancy.
I don't understand that. Who goes to the homecoming and doesn't go to the dance?
Because it's I don't know. I mean,
Huh?
like we had a prom. Like we didn't have homecoming. We had like a prom, and then it was at a hotel, not a hotel, or a hotel or wherever it was at some place. It was at destination. You went there, you got a limo, got dressed up, dinner, dance, whatever. But this isn't like that. It's not like so. Whatever. I don't know what to do. Crazy kids.
Yep.
These crazy kids today.
Tweet us out. Join us live. Taking all questions. We are going to talk a little. Are we talking MLB wild cards?
Oh, I saw the whole setup. We're going to make fun of Caleb Williams and everything.
Right. Let's see. All right. Taking all questions. Also, if we sweep today, one viewer receive a free weekend VIP pass. All you got to do is retweet one of our tweets with the show info, and then we'll give you a free weekend VIP pass. All right, so MLB wild cards. Who's in? Who's out? We don't know yet, right? Uncle Sean, what do you think?
I wrote down.
Diamondbacks.
Went to my notebook and wrote it all down here. Let's start in the American League, right? Because I mean, we have a lot to cover today, Sean. I mean, I know we're gonna have like 50 baseball or 50 football game stuff.
Willis Towers doesn't come on until 8, though.
Yeah, who wants to watch those clowns cry about Caleb Williams?
We already know what they're going to say. The
Yeah.
offensive line needs help. Caleb
yeah.
Williams is learning. Blah blah blah. You know.
Blah, 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 yeah. Justin Fields 2-0. He's not 2-0. The Steelers are 2-0. I was watching.
Yeah, we'll get to
I
that.
saw,
We'll
dude, I don't know if it was you or Aldo. I was watching the other day. I got into.
It doesn't make it look any better, does it?
KC got a 2-game lead here, right? They're 2 up here in the wild card.
Yep.
Should they? They should probably hold on here, right? They got San Francisco at home, 3 at the Nats. You should win. It should take 2 out of 3 for them.
I also like them tonight too.
Yep.
There's a good pitch. It's a pitching edge. So
Walker's on the hill. You should win. They're +2. You should hold on. I know they round out the year 3 at Atlanta, which could be dangerous because the Braves could still be fighting.
Yeah.
Detroit, red hot. They got Baltimore. I think 3 at Tampa and 3 at the White Sox. So worse. You got the White Sox. You should probably sweep.
Sweep. Well, the White Sox already threw in the towel.
Identical record with the Twins, who are tied with them right now. Twins 3 at Boston, but they're 4 back in the wild card, so they're still sort of that's not a gimme. It's what you say. Oh, Twins are -110. I guess you take them. They're fighting. Boston still has that kind of outside. They're still going to play. It's not like they're going to be like whatever. Let's go golfing. They're still kind of hopes. They take 2 out of 3 here or sweep them. They could be a wild card team.
Yep.
Then they have Miami at home, should be a win, and Baltimore, who honestly they're pretty much in Baltimore. Needs an epic collapse, but can it come with the way that they're pitching and hitting? Now it gets tricky here. You got Seattle 2 back.
Yep.
5 back at Houston for the West. They're in trouble though. 3 at Texas. Texas is going to want to end strong. They've missed a lot of guys, and now Rocker's playing. Here comes DeGrom. They got some pitchers back. So this is Texas probably wants to win. 3 at Houston. It's probably their season.
Yeah.
You got to sweep Houston, whether it just be for the playoffs or to kind of get into the division. Seattle's in a have to win every game mode. And then they wrap up with the A's. The good thing there is that we have the A's to look to bet on because they've been, I think, the best record. And right, we've talked about it.
A's and Tigers are the 2 best teams
since like the All-Star break. They've been red hot, winning games. So if Seattle's totally done, we load up on the A's. We'll cash it. Even if Seattle's in it, they're going to be maybe a little extra juice up. We could still maybe steal a game or 2 with a good home dog there because that's it. This is the end of Oakland, right? They're not playing the stadium anymore. Their last 3 games ever.
They're going to be Sacramento.
So, And then you got Boston, 4-back,
They're done. They're
5-back, Texas. Again, Boston, you sweep Minnesota, you're in this guy. You're in because if you're 4-back and you sweep the team that's ahead of you, you're alive. Tampa's 5-back. They have Toronto, Detroit, and Boston. Who knows? I mean, you go beat Boston or you beat Detroit on the road 2 out of 3. It's possible. All I'm saying, it's kind of out there. And in the West, Dodgers are in. I didn't even mention the Yanks or Cleveland because they locked in.
Yeah.
Dodgers are in. Haven't closed the division yet. Milwaukee, division locked in. Phillies up 6. They have the Mets for 3, the Cubs, and the Natties. They lost to the Mets last night. Who knows? The Mets sweep or take 3 out of 4?
It's just not enough time left.
They're going to lose the division.
Left.
I don't know about that. Phillies in.
Yeah.
Here's the fun part. We got San Diego. They're +2 in the division, or +2 in the wild card, 4 back of the Dodgers. They got the White Sox. Listen, you want to sweep the White Sox. Anything less than a sweep is ridiculous here.
Yep.
3 at Dodgers, which is going to be a tough one.
That's going to be a good one.
Then you got 3 at Arizona, who is, right behind you, tied with the Mets at 85 and 68, tied for that other wild card spot. They're looking at 3 at Milwaukee, 3 at San Fran, and San Diego. You lucked into a win last night. Milwaukee's locked in. So you got them off of a party. You got Gallen going today, who hasn't been that great. You probably should win. You probably should take Milwaukee. And Milwaukee might say, whatever, right? Because I don't even know who Milwaukee's ended up with. I think they got the Mets. Actually, they closed with the Mets. So Milwaukee still has some teams to play. They got the Mets, our Cubbies I'll talk about in a second. And so Arizona, not easy. You got 2 playoff teams on your schedule. One of them's tied with her a couple games ahead of you. And the Mets, 6 back of Philly, 3 versus Philly left, 3 at Atlanta, and 3 at Milwaukee. Not easy on paper, right? You look at it because Philly's Philly. Atlanta's fighting, still alive.
Atlanta still has a chance, right?
They are 2 back, so they're going to give you all you can. And again, you're on the road. You're on the road there. And
I love
Milwaukee.
Atlanta to get in. Now's the time to place your bets on Atlanta if you liked Atlanta.
And here you come, Atlanta. 3 at Miami.
Yep.
You better sweep Miami.
Yep.
You better sweep Miami. 3 at the Mets and 3 versus Kansas City at home. Now, what's Kansas City going to be? Because they're 2 up, but they got 3 at San Fran, which isn't a gimme. San Fran's a scrappy ass.
Probably 2 out of 3 series.
They always, San Fran always wins a couple. You're like, how are these guys 80 and 82 all the time? Like you always think like, oh, they're a guy away from making a playoff run.
Yep.
And then you have the Nats, and then again with the Braves, who knows? Who knows? We've seen Kansas City wet the bed bad. And the Cubbies are 6.5 back next to the wild card. Now, the reason I threw the Cubbies in because, one, I need 6 wins for 85 to get over that win total.
Me too.
And you called it with them. They beat the Dodgers. They go in and absolutely embarrass themselves in Colorado. I could lose to the A's are tough. They kind of win. They won today versus the Nats. Finish off the Nats. Sweep the Nationals. You got 2 wins. 3 at Philly. Not going to be easy, but
they're going to take 1 game in Philly. They'll take 1 game,
right?
Because they're going to play Taijuan Walker in one of those games, and that's the game they have to win.
They got to win a game there, and they end up with 3 with Cincy. Now, should they sweep Cincy to end the year? Send the fans home happy. Cincy's all but mailed.
That's another 2 out of 3.
It should be a sweep. It should be a sweep, but these are the teams that just went up. Well, that's what I'm saying. So let's be honest. They're going to end at 84. They'll end at 84 wins.
Are there?
3.
There's 3 wild cards.
Okay, 3 wild cards. Okay.
I like Atlanta to pull it off. I still think the Mets. I mean, they're the hottest team, the Mets, but they got a tough next week. They got a real tough one. But
yeah, I mean, Milwaukee. Excuse me for the Mets. It's not easy. Philly's tough. Atlanta and Milwaukee. I mean, what are you doing? You got 2 division leaders and a team that's 2 games behind you.
Milwaukee is not a shoo-in because they're still fighting for that best record.
Exactly. They could still. Well, I mean, they're 3 back off the best record, and
that's what I'm saying. They're still in it, so they're not. But they're not They're not just like whatever kind of team,
Like we're Philly. Yes,
they got their foot on the pedal.
Exactly. Philly's the same way. You're like, oh boy, like do we want home field? Like everyone wants kind of home field. Do you want to go? And the Dodgers, again, they have Colorado twice, 3 at home, 3 on the road. You got the Padres sandwiched in between. The Padres got the Dodgers in Arizona. At least we got some good matchups for baseball. Last week of the season, as much as we got some garbage game, the Yanks laying 300 to Oakland or some nonsense. I shouldn't even say that. I don't even know who they're playing. But you're going to have crazy lines, but you got playoff baseball. We can make fun of Detroit versus Tampa Bay, Tampa's 5 back. They're thinking, we just got to win and we're in, right? That's the mentality. Win just the next day. Let's just keep winning and we can make the playoffs. So we got good games for the next week and a half.
The Rays, let me tell you, for a team that literally unloaded all their top players, they continue to win. They're staying 500.
Ridiculous.
They win 2, lose 2. Win 2, lose 2.
Their best pitcher in Baltimore. Their best hitter is in Seattle.
Yeah, and Chicago.
And on Savali actually pitched better for the Brewers than he did with Tampa Bay, but good stuff though. I mean, we're gonna have some good baseball at least close it out the year. All you can really hope. All you can hope for. Because a lot of times, like me, I'm moving away from baseball. Like I took the under Cardinals tonight.
I know, but you know what?
Cleveland won, but you got
for
some
me
games.
Personally, this is the first year in ever that baseball is still super profitable at this time of the year for me. Normally, I just get killed at this time of the year, but I'm super blessed that I'm just crushing it. As Tooch, I'm like just baseball knocking it out. 2-0 here, 3-0 there, 2-0 there. I'm like, thank God.
I've been picking my September spots. I'm like 15 and 12 or something. I'm still plus one because I can't lay the big numbers. So I'll take. I got the under today in St. Louis. Yesterday I had the Mariners and who's the other team that won? Arizona, like beat the other teams. I didn't do today. I didn't do Cleveland because I was like, I'm not a big Gibby guy.
Not today.
I had 2 in my pocket. I said, let me go under. At least I had an under 8.5. If Cleveland does bench sick guys or just run out a lineup after a long night, it's not going to be a crazy blowout. St. Louis hasn't hit all year. I'm not thinking this game's going to be like 9-3 or something over the total.
The team to fade right now is the Pirates. That team is literally packed it in.
Yep.
So if anyone's looking and you're going to get a good price versus the Pirates, it's worth a shot taking going against the Pirates. But tonight I got the Braves and Marlins over, 2 pitchers that just give up runs, and I took the Dodgers run line. I know Kyle Freeland's been a beast, but the Dodgers find a way to hit lefties for some reason. Lefties, they just tear it up.
Let's talk some Topps baseball cards. So I did my home run challenge. Ohtani, I did it for today and tomorrow, thinking, hey, he'll come back from a road trip, hit his 50th at home. Yeah, I was expecting the guy to go for 6 for 6 yesterday with 12 homers and 90 RBIs.
Well, you know how I feel? I went to go place a Ohtani home run bet yesterday right before the game, and neither one of my books, because I used 2 books, neither one of them had an Ohtani home run prop. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And then he hits 3.
The first player in Major League history to hit 50 homers and steal 50 bases.
I'll tell you what.
51, Tooch. 51 and 51.
I'll tell you what.
He surpassed the 50 mark.
I won't be shocked at a 60-60 with him. I could see him maybe trying to extend. It might be crazy in 12 games.
He's got be a 54.
He's got 6 games versus Colorado. Yeah. You tell me he can't hit like 2 home runs. I mean, hit 4 or 5 home runs in Colorado alone if he plays.
I think he'll hit between 3 to 4 homers in the next week, realistically. Because I think at this point, I think he's just going yard. I mean, he's just he's just hacking away. There's no reason for him not to. I mean, you got nothing else to prove. Just hack away.
There was an interesting thing. I'm going to see if I can find it here with Acuna and Ohtani. Here we go. So it says, which one is more impressive? Ohtani, 294, 51 homers, 51 stolen bases, 1,005 OPS. Acuna in 2023, 337, 4173. His OPS was 1,012. So he had a better OPS, and then it's also you put in the fact that Acuna's playing a position. Yeah. No, forget stolen bases. He's playing a position 9 innings or 8 innings a game, as opposed to DHing the entire time.
Yep.
And not taking a field.
Yeah.
Like 4173 is pretty good. 50-50 is rarefied air. But the other guy has a higher batting average with 35 points, and he plays a demanding position.
Yeah.
You know, just I know people are going to be like, oh, it's the 50-50 for sure. And
I
get it.
Yeah.
Acuna's season is just as impressive.
I agree.
Which is why I think people talk that Lindor nonsense. Like, oh, he plays a position. I get it, but, I don't know. I
would give it to, oh, God, who's the leadoff guy on the Padres that was on the Marlins? I can't think of
Araz.
I would give it to Araz or
MVP to Araz?
Before I give it to Lindor.
Oh, Lindor, okay.
Araz is hitting 320. What is Lindor hitting? 250?
271, Lindor.
271. I'm sorry, I'm giving it to the 320 hitter. And just,
I mean, he's looking at a 30. He's got 31 homers, 27 stolen bases. So he's looking at a 30-30. Maybe, I mean, 14 ribbies he needs for 100 RBIs. Probably not going to get there. I mean, nice season, but
yeah.
I mean, not a. I'm taking it from Ohtani.
No, you
season.
can't. Oh, dude, there'd be an uproar if Ohtani doesn't win the MVP. There'd be an uproar.
If he had 40-something homers and he's over 100 RBIs,
agree.
You can make a case because people thought the Mets were going to be
Correct.
no shows this year.
Correct.
Then you could say the guy's carried the Mets. He's hitting 317. He's got 41 homers. He's got 109 RBIs. What are you talking? He plays shortstop. Then it's a New York guy. Then all the position starts would come into it. But
then I understand. Yes, I agree.
He doesn't have 100 ribbies.
But 50-50 plus. I mean, come on. Yeah. All right, let's talk some football.
All right, college football. We got starting kicking things off with the Illini at Nebraska. Both teams look impressive. Both teams are 3-0. Illini getting 9.5.
It went back up to 9.5.
That's what I saw just before the show.
It was 8.5 this morning.
I mean, I didn't think the Illini were going to be that good this year. They've been pretty damn good, man. Luke Altmaier been effective so far. They haven't run the ball that well, though. And then on the other side of the ball, you got Dylan Raiola. Man, the freshmen look really good, man. I don't think he'll light it up for 300 against that Illini defense. Maybe looking at an under in this game, 42.5. Kind of lean Illinois plus all those points.
Absolutely. Yeah. I like this Nebraska team this season, but I think this number is just way too inflated. Nobody's giving this Illinois team any credit.
Yep.
Illinois has been playing out of their mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that they're on the road here, but
they looked impressive. Beat Kansas 23-17.
In a rivalry. And Illinois, they have nothing to lose. They already know they're the team that nobody expects anything out of. So they're playing, whatever.
Yeah, big win over Kansas for them.
Yeah.
Right. Although we sort of saw that one coming, right? With the short line, like 5.
Yep.
Like, why's Kansas?
Yeah, that line was too fishy.
Home dog. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, I see this line. I think like it looks too high. Like I want to take Nebraska. I didn't do anything on this one.
I think this is the public rolling in here and saying, "Hey, give me Nebraska." I think this is one of those lines that the public's like, "Oh, it's Nebraska at home. Give me it. They'll only have to win by 10."
I like the under, to be honest. Two really good defenses.
Yeah.
Both teams like to run the ball. Although Illinois hasn't run the ball as effectively as Nebraska has, but
Nebraska doesn't have that high-powered offense. They're a grinded-out team as well, and so is Illinois. So the under is not a bad play. Just in college football, personally, I can't do a low 42 play. I can't.
40,
I mean, this is now you're entering Iowa territory.
Yeah. And, I got to say, I like the under in the Iowa-Minnesota game, too, 35.5, because the last year was, 16-13?
But then you look at this spread, too, at almost 10. You're like, hey.
15-13 last year, 13.
I have no idea, too. No idea.
It was a really low-scoring game last year. Minnesota sneaking one out at Iowa. This year, Iowa's up.
Oh, that game. Don't remind me about that game.
Yep. Sean, last thoughts, Illinois, Nebraska?
Probably an under. I don't know. I do like 10. I mean, you're telling me this game's going to be what? 24-10, 24-13. Stay under and trying to cover this number.
Yeah, implied score of 20.
Right.
What is it? 26.
16, basically.
Yeah, 26-16.
They figure 24-14, 27-13. I like a brand. I see that it just looks too much. I know it popped up for me and a half. To me, I see stuff like that. I got to go opposite thought and those. But I didn't play this game. Did not play this game.
So your lean would be Nebraska minus the points.
Yes.
Right. 9.5. Okay. I think little pounding on Illinois. Anthony and I would take the points, I think, but I like the points with New England last night. They got pounded. All right, San Jose State at Washington State. Washington State has been really surprising, man. They no longer have their quarterback. He's
in Miami.
Miami, with Coach Cristobal. The new the new quarterback. God, I don't have his name offhand. Anyways, they're laying 13. San Jose State on the road, getting 13.5. They've been going with two quarterbacks, but Mateer is more of a rushing quarterback. Washington State.
I like the under. I had San Jose State here. I took them. There was 14.5. It's come down a little bit. Kind of lean to the under as well here. It's not a.
I only got the under in this game.
Both teams are 3-0.
Yeah, I'm just on the under.
Yeah, it's a big number, 55, and for the most part, unders have been winning the day this season, especially when you get up into the 50s, high 50s, low 60s. Sean, right? Unders all season.
It's been a lot of unders.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, so Anthony and Sean both like the under. Sean likes San Jose State plus 13.
Yeah.
All right, head to Saturday. Those two games were for tonight. Florida minus 6.5 at Mississippi State plus 6.5. Mississippi State has Baylor's quarterback Blake Shapen, who's looked good throwing the ball. Completing over 70% of his throws in his first season in Starkville. 7 touchdowns, only 1 interception. Kind of like a home dog here, Sean, at 6.5. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, Florida, what has Florida shown you? I know Mississippi State's bad. I get it. I'm not trusting Florida. People think, oh, they're going to be good and win by a touchdown. Give Mississippi State 6.5. Maybe the old sprinkle the money line in here. Where's Florida's heart at? How are they feeling about the season and life in general?
Yep.
I don't like it.
Florida dropped 1 at Texas A&M last week.
Yeah.
Mississippi State plus 6.
Yeah.
Mertz is the quarterback for Florida. We saw him at Wisconsin.
Florida's a train wreck.
Mertz hasn't played terrible, but both teams 1 and 2. Man, Mississippi State was shaping. I think you got a chance to win that game.
Quarterback's not bad at Mississippi State. It's the defense that's questionable.
Yep.
But I just don't see Florida's offense that much better than Mississippi State's defense.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be a close game, and I think regardless, Mississippi State can keep it close and cover the number.
Look at Florida's games, Sean. Look at Florida's games.
Got
blown out by Miami.
Yep.
Lost to A&M. They beat Samford.
The line is like
exactly
this.
A trademark win.
But you lose to Toledo at home, you got a problem as an SEC school.
Yeah,
that's why the line's a little this
Right.
probably would have been like a 4 or 3.5. You lose to Toledo. You allow 41.
41 to the Rockets. No, at home.
And I get it. Toledo's a talented MAC team. They're always usually top of the board over there. And but you don't do that as a 10-point.
Coming off a big loss like that, man, they got to be fired up.
At least you got to be focused. I mean, come on, it's embarrassing.
Yep. All right, so 6.5. They like everyone here likes the home dog. Any thoughts on the total?
No.
You can see it's easy to say over, but I mean they gave up 41 Toledo. What's the score going to be?
Yeah,
44-40. You think it's going to soar into the 60s? You know, I mean, stay away. Just home dog it up.
Home dog. All right, man. Probably the best game. USC at Michigan. USC laying points at Michigan. They've looked good. Their defenses look good. Miller Moss has looked good.
That Michigan money is coming in. Wow.
Yeah. Michigan plus getting 4 at home, over under 44. Man, since Harbaugh left, Michigan's been a little bit there. They're going with Orgy at quarterback, I think now, right? Full time.
A quarterback changed 3 games into the season. How good are things in Michigan right now?
They just lost too many players in the offseason. I mean, there's no shame. That team was so stacked last year. It's not the same Michigan. USC.
You knew it'd struggle. You lose your quarterback to the first round of the NFL, a running back to the second round, and your head coach, and plus your defensive guys. I granted you reload. You're Michigan. I understand.
Yep.
It's reload. Yeah,
it's a rebuilding year.
It's still going to be a slow prodding offense.
Exactly.
They're going to come out and shuck the ball.
Yep.
Listen, we talked about this. Actually, we didn't, but you came into shows. I know you guys probably said last week they were getting 14 from Texas. You're like, how the heck are they getting this huge amount of points? They got run out of the building.
Oh yeah.
USC, as much as this kid Miller's got a lot of hype, Dude, the kids only thrown 2 touchdown passes this year, Tooch. 2.
Yep.
That's not really all that great.
They've been doing it with defense, to be honest, USC.
Well,
Defense is night
that
and
was
day
it.
last year. Night and
well,
day.
who'd they bring in? They brought in that UCLA defensive coordinator.
Yep.
Do I like USC? Yeah. Do I want to be given Michigan? I want to see how this kid performs. We saw him on a neutral have a nice comeback in Vegas, right, against LSU.
Yeah.
How's he going to be here at the big house with 100,000, 102,000 people? Like, this is kind of like the Oklahoma game we're talking about off air. Like, it's one of those things like, like, I don't know. I kind of want to lean a little Michigan, but gun to my head play here, give me the under 44.
This Michigan defense is awful. It's not good at all. I don't like USC. I love USC this week. Love it. Love it.
All right. Anthony likes USC -4. Sean is on the under. Anthony's buddies here.
Yeah. Lost to Foster by another year. He falls asleep in the draft and I still lose.
Foster.
I can't.
I think Foster came into Aldo's show the other. Aldo's show is like borderline like a porno, man. There was like 50 people out. Like, what? It's a total insane asylum.
It's rough, man. It's a lot of sex talk and booze, and
up, man.
food, and movies, and then Bears talk, of course.
A bunch of dudes talking about sex. That's just.
I think Foster came in. He was like his camera. He was using his like Skype flip phone. He didn't have a shirt on. I'm like, what's happening? I was like,
Foster's a ladies' man. He's been getting a lot of poonanny.
Oh my goodness!
Fucking Foster. that should be his team name. Fucking Foster.
He's laughing. All right, you got Utah at Oklahoma State, man. Oklahoma State coming off a big win. Utah is Cam Rising going to play. The numbers kind of tell you a little bit here, Sean. Utah laying 1, Oklahoma State +1. Anthony has a little different number. But what are we thinking here, guys? Utah, both teams 3-0. Alan Bowman had a big game last week against Tulsa, 45-10 win. Both teams 3-0. Oklahoma State 2-1 against the spread. Utah 1-2 against the spread.
For intended purposes, this is really for like the Big 12, right? Utah is a favorite. Yep. Cam got hurt. I'm like, you're kidding me. I'm locked into a big win total ticket on them. Sure. They're pretty much favored in every single game. This is a big battle here. I don't know how healthy Cam Rising is. Yep. This guy's always had something last year. I mean, when a guy plays, they're back-to-back Pac-12 champs. So he's that a difference maker, that much. I don't know. I still like it, whether you're laying 1, laying 2, getting 1, getting 2. I'll take the home team here. I don't know. I'll give me the home team. It's a weird game. I'll take the Cowboys.
Yeah, Mike Gundy, good coach. Alan Bowman has been there for what, a decade of quarterback.
Yes, 7-8 years has been around.
You got maybe the best running back in college football, and Ollie Gordon there. Anthony, what do you think? I know you like Oklahoma State, right?
I got Oklahoma State -2.5, and honestly, I don't really care. I mean, if Oklahoma State wins, they're going to cover the 2.5 either way. I'm hoping Cam Rising doesn't play because that's the whole point of me making that bet.
Yep.
But if Cam Rising plays, then I'm just going to be like, oh crap. Yeah. Maybe I can get out of it, but no, I'm just going to ride Oklahoma State here. They're in Oklahoma State. I like the matchup here. I think Oklahoma State's it's going to be close. It's definitely going to be a close game, but I'm really hoping Cam Rising takes another week off.
Here comes crazy Mr. Numbers. This guy does not know how to work comments section. He's subtweeting me on Twitter here. First time, long time. How could you guys take in the Jets last night?
Oh, here we go.
How come we didn't
take the Jets? -300 money line?
Because dogs of 6 or more were 8-0 this season.
Yeah, they're undefeated. Any dogs?
That's why we took the dogs.
That's not even the reason I took it, but yeah, that's just one of them.
No. Yeah. Let's see. Utah. Look, Utah has they opened the season 49-0 win Southern Utah. They beat Baylor at home 23-12. Not a bad win there. Then they kind of struggled with Utah State, Sean, last week. But I mean, I don't know. Did Rising play? I know it's a rivalry. Yeah. Did Rising play?
Zach Wilson's younger brother played. I think.
Yeah. What's his name? Isaac Wilson. Yep. So that was why they kind of struggled with Utah State. But Oklahoma State has been impressive, man. They opened with a 44-20 win at home versus San Diego State. They beat Arkansas at home and then went on the road and beat Tulsa by 5 touchdowns. So,
yeah, I had Tulsa last week.
yeah,
I thought it'd be a bad spot with these guys on deck. I'm like, you're gonna give me a couple scores on the road, and you got a big game on deck. Yeah. Well, that didn't work out well for me.
Give me Oklahoma State in this one.
I agree.
I had no thoughts on the total. Look, we got TCU at SMU, kind of not really in Sean's backyard, but a bit of a rivalry. Both teams in Dallas area, Fort Worth.
This is Texas, bro. The backyard. So I mean, come on.
Yep, backyard. It's a big backyard. If you live in Texas, big backyard. But I was impressed with TCU when I saw him play. I like the quarterback. It's God, what's this kid's name? Hoover, I think, right? Hoover.
I'll tell you when I like TCU. I like him.
Josh Hoover. This kid's a good-looking prospect, man. Throws a nice ball. He doesn't get rattled. He's smart. Can run a little. He's a little skinny, but I like what I saw from TCU in that offense. They play a pro-style offense. SMU to me has not looked good, even though they have returning like a ton of starters on both offense and defense. Anthony, I know you've liked SMU. They're 2-1. They're 1-2 against the spread. On the other hand, TCU is 0-3 against the spread. So
I'm off the SMU train.
Yeah, give me TCU.
Get back on the SMU train next week. Florida State coming to town. Take the SMU next week.
Well, that's understandable.
I'll
take North Texas, the Mean Green, over Florida State.
I like TCU in this one. I don't know why. I think they're just a better team. Laying a little less than a field goal.
I don't have an opinion on this game.
Could be a trap game, but
this game could go both ways. Which SMU is going to show up is the question. SMU is, if they show up, they're going to dominate. If they don't show up, TCU is going to roll all over them.
But here's the thing: they didn't show up in Nevada.
Yeah.
Yep, they didn't show up.
You beat Houston Christian or whoever you played.
Yeah.
And you lost to BYU.
And they lost at home to BYU.
And
they were laying BYU 12.5.
Yeah. So
laying 12.5. Yeah, I don't think the books kind of knew what SMU was either. Meanwhile, TCU's played some close games. They went into Stanford. They won by a touchdown. Then they had a gimme versus Long Island University. So that was just a practice game. And then they lost at home to UCF in a close game.
That's my squad. We like those nights. Almost as much as we like South Florida.
Yeah. All right. Final thoughts. TCU, SMU. Sean?
No opinion.
Yeah, no opinion on this one.
Give me TCU here, -2. I just think they're the better team. I could be wrong. It could be a trap line.
Doesn't matter who's a better team until the results at the end of the game.
Yep. Tennessee at Oklahoma. Let me pull that one up here, buddy. All right, -6.5. The Volunteers. Sean, they haven't played anybody really good, have they?
No, they've played nobody, which is why people are like, the offense is great. Well, 70 versus Kent is not good. This is Kent State. 68, 69 versus Chattanooga. I mean, what are we talking about? 50 versus North Carolina State?
They do have
you're going to give me, again, redshirt freshman quarterback playing in Oklahoma.
Nico Yamaleva.
This is the same thing as Michigan. If you're going to give me points, I will look towards the home team here as well, getting some points here. Although not like the Michigan game under more than Michigan. Here I kind of like Oklahoma more than the total.
You got SEC versus what is it? Oklahoma?
SEC.
Oklahoma's in the SEC. Welcome.
Please.
SEC, welcome to
I did a preview on this the other day. I was looking all over for Oklahoma in the Big 12. And I realized, wait a second, they went to the SEC.
Yep, they moved to the SEC. Oklahoma here. Let's see. You got Brent Venables, the new coach. Is his first year or second year there?
No, this is I think it's third year now.
Third year? Okay, third year. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's 2022 was his first season. Yeah, he was the associate.
Oh my God.
He was the assistant coach there.
Being haunted by that crap.
Venables was over at Clemson as the defensive guy.
Okay.
And then he went over to I was like, I didn't like him one bit. I'm like, give me the under Oklahoma. He somehow won games. But I'm not a fan of his. I'm not a fan.
All right, Tennessee, they haven't beaten anybody.
Anybody can run the score up. That's my opinion. Anybody can run the score up. The question is,
How
can
good
you
are
play
they?
a real team? Oklahoma's got depth. People don't know about it. If you watch an Oklahoma team, like when they play like a really like an FCS team, they play their
So-
fourth string or fifth stringers. They got a running back that he can start for any team right now. That's how good he is, and he's the fourth string running back.
Oklahoma.
So this Oklahoma team is stacked.
Have they beaten anybody yet, though, or anybody?
No, neither team has really played anybody.
Oklahoma's played down. They beat Temple early.
Yeah,
51-3. Temple's terrible.
That's the game I saw the players.
Then
16-12 versus Houston.
Houston's 0-3.
Oklahoma's third string running back or quarterback can start. That's how good he is. He's not bad. Third stringer.
And then
How many teams would say that?
Then they beat Tulane.
They beat Tulane last week at home. They were at home. They beat Tulane 34-19. You know, that's their best win. I mean, Houston is 0-3 this season.
That's a better win than Tennessee's. Any of those Tennessee.
Yeah,
wins.
I agree.
Yeah.
Again, I will lean Oklahoma. They're gonna run through their game.
Yep.
I'm not worried about. That's fine. If they would have beat Houston 47-6, this would be a field goal or something, or maybe even Oklahoma favored. This is juiced up. Tennessee dropped a 70 on somebody who was a nobody.
This is just the hype over Tennessee. That's all it is.
Yep. All right. So
Oklahoma.
take the point.
And
Sean?
Oklahoma's +7 in most of the books. I wouldn't if
Yeah.
you see 6.5, don't take 6.5.
No, you always want that.
Times +7.
Find a 7.
Sean
both of my
and-
books I'm looking at right now have +7.
Sean and Anthony like the home dog again here. We're moving to the NFL. Texans at Vikings. Vikings impressive win versus the 49ers last week, Sean.
Yeah.
This is in your backyard.
I don't live in Minnesota anymore, but yeah.
Oh, it's in
Everything's
Minnesota.
your
Okay, yeah,
backyard.
right. Sorry.
It's your other backyard.
Yeah, Houston.
Where I go ice fishing in the winter.
Houston's on the road. They're 2-0. Vikings are 2-0 and on top of the division. Rebirth under Sam Darnold.
The thing about the Texans, they play up to their competition. This is going to be a close
They play
game.
down to their competition.
Yeah, they play down to their competition. Look, I mean, in reality, they should have blown out the Bears, but they kept them in the game. And they realistically could have lost that game if it wasn't for that stout defense. This game, I can care less who wins. I lean
The Bears'
the Vikings.
defense kept them in the game.
I think the Vikings steal one here.
I like the Vikings
at
in this
home,
one too.
But my favorite, if you're betting this game, I love the under. This is going to be a defensive battle. I think we're going to see field goals, maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns by either team.
Good defenses, man.
This is like a 21-17 written all over it.
This was a nice 4.5, 3.5 early number. Texans favored.
Yep.
I'm going to come in on. I'm going to come in. I got my Vikings, nice doggy. I might come in on a little Texans -120, 125, and try for a little middle here in week 3.
There you go. You heard it here. Anthony
And the under, right? You think it's a dome game. Houston's going to throw the ball. I don't know, man. Vikings play defense.
No Joe Mixon, though.
Yeah, you got hurt last
questionable.
game.
He's questionable.
Is he? Okay.
Everybody's questionable. Everybody's questionable.
Yeah.
It's the National Football League. Everybody's questionable. They still play. And this is the thing that drives me nuts. You see on Twitter, so-and-so didn't practice today. Oh, no. So-and-so. It's football. Since when does every fucking player practice every damn day and they're like a star player? No, it's called resting their body for the game. That's what it's called. Have some common sense. It annoys the hell out of me.
So they got Cam Akers, who cost them a big cover because he fumbled on a 1, right? Ex-Ram guy, a lot of hype on him. Cam Akers is supposed to be a good player. Yep. And don't forget they have David Pierce. The guy rushed for 1,000 yards like 2 years ago, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, what happened to him? Did he break his leg last year? Did he get hurt?
Because they didn't quote unquote practice today, everybody's panicking. Oh, they're going to be out. They're going to be out for Sunday. Just because they didn't practice doesn't mean they're going to be out.
What happened to Pierce that they just gave up on this guy?
Well, I mean, when Joe Mixon's available on the free agency, I'm sorry, you got to pick up Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is a game changer. He's not just a running back, Sean. That dude is. I mean, I like Joe Mixon more than Josh Jacobs. Call me crazy, but Joe Mixon does it all. He catches the ball. He's right below Saquon Barkley. He does it all. Saquon's just faster. Joe Mixon's just stronger.
All right, so Sean's going to try a middle here. Take the Texas money line.
And real quick, that's the whole reason I'm so down on the Bengals. Joe Mixon was the nucleus of that offense, not Joe Burrow. It's Joe Mixon. When they had the backup quarterback versus Steelers, who did all the heavy lifting? Joe Mixon, not the quarterback.
Mixon's a beast.
And
Yeah,
well, you
so
see a lot of teams
underrated.
running the ball now too. You think as much as they want to throw all over the joint, you see a lot of running.
Got the Eagles heading to the Saints. Wasn't impressed with the Eagles in the last game, man. Gave up a late lead to the Falcons. Saints are rejuvenated with Clint Kubiak as their offensive coordinator.
Unbelievable.
Playing tough defense. Alvin Kamara, 4 touchdowns last week. Derek Carr looks like he's running the offense very competently. Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, they're getting production from their wideouts and their tight ends. Give me the Saints at home on a short number.
I'm on the same way, but it just looks way too easy. But the Eagles' defense is just nothing that says, "Hey, play me." And
no AJ
Brown. Yep. Why is it only 2.5? Why is it only?
Hold on a second. This line was the Eagles were a 3.5, 4-point favorite before the games played on Sunday last week. By the way, so you could have the Saints at 3 or 4 or 3
plus now 3.5 at home, right?
So you have a Saints team that rushed for 190 versus the Cowboys 180.
And they rebuilt their offensive line. Looks good.
The Eagles. Listen, Sirianni makes some bonehead plays, costed them the game and wins.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you lay the Saints? And a lot of times I'm like, hey, 2.5, I'm going to take dogs here. Forget no. This line was the Saints were a home dog to start. Yep. And people are like, oh, maybe the Saints are free. You're going to give me 3.5 points with team averaging 45 a game. I'll take a shot. The Saints can play defense. They play defense even with bad quarterback play.
Yep.
If this guy's playing a little bit, I mean, what are you going to say? I mean, Kamara's rejuvenated. Carr looks like he's freaking Drew Brees.
Alvin Kamara is vintage Alvin Kamara.
Which defense would you take? The Eagles defense or the Saints defense?
I'm taking the Saints. What have you seen out of 2 weeks you want to take?
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Right, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Saints right now, Saints are a better team right now.
The Saints have a better advantage of special teams, offense, defense. I mean, they crossed all 3 check marks. What do the Eagles have? Jalen Hurts, who can scramble, who can run the ball. Big deal. You got Saquon Barkley.
But they're not trying to run him because they brought in Barkley, so they're not even trying to run the guy like he used to.
If the Eagles would have took care of the Falcons, like say they won by between 7 and 10 points on Monday night, we'd have a better argument in this game. But they blew that game. Like you said, Sirianni, not 1 but 2 field goal attempts, didn't go for it. They went for it on 4th down and, just drastically lost that game.
Bad play call. Coaching edge to the other side. Give me the Saints here.
Yeah.
Foster says Pierce is out.
He hasn't even been a big part of the offense.
Pierce is injured.
It's been Rashid Shaheed with 2 70-yard bomb touchdowns and Alvin Kamara. It's not Derek Carr. It's Alvin Kamara rushing the ball like he's 21 years old again. Alvin Kamara is vintage Alvin Kamara.
Clint Kubiak bringing that 49ers offense over. All right, man. Ravens at Cowboys. I have a little
I hate this game.
A little trend here.
Everybody's going to take the Ravens, right? Lamar's
I'm on the Cowboys.
20-1 versus the NFC or whatever. No way the Ravens go 0-3. And I understand that. But when you lose 45-20 or whatever at home, and then you had won 16 straight at home. The Cowboys had gone 16-0 their previous 16 games, playing at home. The Ravens just blew a 10-point lead at home. You have faith in that team? The offense doesn't look good.
They can't
Henry's
stop
done
anybody
nothing
on defense.
Lamar is a trash can.
Dallas at least has a fairly decent defense.
Look, you think they did? They didn't show up last week.
I'm going to throw that game out the window.
They weren't prepared for the Saints.
I'm going to throw that game out the window. What has the Ravens done this season? The first 2 games, nothing. They lost the game by a toe, and they blew a 10-point lead to Garrett Minshew.
Not only did they blow the game by, forget about the toe is that close. You gave them 10 points on turnovers. You short fielded them, and you gave up 26, 27 points in 26 minutes. You gave up a point a minute. So then you come in, you're cruising to a 10-point win over Gardner Minshew and the Raiders, who are projected to have 5 wins. Like, how do you blow that game? You're up 10 in the 4th quarter.
Don't
even ask me, Tooch. Don't even ask us.
God.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Let me give you a little trend here. Since 2021, after a loss, Cowboys 12-3 record, and
13-1 straight up.
Yep, 13-1 straight up, 12-3 against us. 14-1 straight up, 12-3 against the spread. Give me the Cowboys money line.
I have to lean Cowboys here.
Yeah.
I mean,
and all I heard
defense. The Ravens defense, they lost 3 players in the offseason, new defensive coordinator. That defense is not the same Baltimore defense that everyone thinks he is.
Yeah.
What do you see on Twitter in the chats? Oh, the Ravens can't start 0-3. Really? Okay.
Why not?
I'm sure the Bengals can't lose to the Patriots too on opening day, but things happen.
That was glorious.
Why can't they go 0-3?
That was glorious.
Yep. Chiefs -3 at the Falcons. Patrick Mahomes laying 3 on the road over under 46.5. Chiefs have been notoriously an under team.
Falcons
these past
money
couple
line.
years with their defense.
Falcons money line.
I'm going to take the under in this game. Falcons
money line.
I grabbed the Chiefs at 3.5, thinking the Falcons were going to maybe
lay an egg.
I figure, how much it's going to come down to. Again, it's defensive game. Chiefs play defense.
Yep, Falcons play defense.
But you saw the Chiefs kind of not be great. Now we saw the Falcons have a little comeback, so it's gone from 3.5 down to 3. Right, Cousins is kind of getting his groove back, but it's primetime Cousins. I don't know, man. The Chiefs, 3 to me for the Chiefs is basically like a pick. I'm like, what are we doing here? The Chiefs either win and cover or they don't win a game. Are they losing this game? I don't think they lose this game.
The Chiefs will have 85 plus on every book of the money on Sunday night. Mark my word. 85 plus.
I thought this game would really be like 4.5 or 5 by the time the game started because I thought the Falcons, the Phillies, I keep saying the Phillies for Philly.
The Eagles.
They take care of business there, right? Because Falcons are still trying to find their offense. But the Eagles play games, and instead of winning 28-13 or something and doing ugly, they end up losing an ugly game. I don't know. I'm not coach-wise. You can make fun of Mike Tomlin all you want. That team's going to come to play, and they shut these guys out. The Chiefs with Andy Reid are going to come to play. You're going to get, they might go through the motions sometimes because they have Super Bowl aspirations, but they're showing up. You're not going to get some dog outfit from them.
Yep.
Where Philly, you see this with the coach. Dude, there's finger pointing, there's yelling, there's a bunch of nonsense going on. That's not going to be happening. I mean, as square as it is, I still lean Chiefs, but I like the under as well. Give me the under.
I like the under too.
Give me the Falcons. I wanted to place it at +4.5 Sunday night. I didn't. Then I saw it was +3.5. I didn't. At this point, I'm just taking the Falcons money line Sunday night. Screw it. Because, and let me real quick pause. Since everybody loves to fade the public won last night, just so everyone knows. Nobody's going to talk about it because the public won. But when the public loses, you should have faded the public. So all the faded the public bettors, you lost.
And how?
I hate it's one of my pet peeves. Just fade the public.
How do you fade it? There's one game.
Yep.
You can fade the public.
But you know what I'm talking about, Sean. You hear it. You see it.
I know. And listen, we come on here.
Everybody's betting that team.
Sean likes to fade the public as much as the next guy who likes, but he picks spots.
Sean doesn't do it because he doesn't look. He bets it before even the public even looks.
I bet it before the public. I bet. And does it mean it wins? No. I had the Colts +4.5 last week, folks. Was that a public? Everybody's on that game because the quarterback's on. I had +4.5 because that was before the guy was ruled out of the game.
Yep. Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like, don't worry. And how many times do you say this in the show here? Have an opinion beforehand so you don't get wrapped up in the public. The splits. Well, I crossed the border and go into Louisiana. I'm sure everybody's betting LSU and the Saints this week. But if I'm in Philly and New Jersey, where's all that money coming on? I'm sure it's going to be on the Eagles.
Mark my word. Bookmark this part of the show, 49 minutes and 40 seconds. This is the biggest trap game of the week. Everybody and their sister will be, I lost my – everybody's going to be on the Chiefs. And I'm not saying it because I liked the Falcons before I saw it. I liked Falcons at +4.5, +3.5. You know what? Hell, I don't even need +3. Give me the money line.
Okay. All right.
You got to do money line. Once the good number is gone, sometimes and sometimes you take a number. If it loses, it loses. But you just have to have the number. Be like, you know what? If the game loses, so be it. I got a good number. I know over the course of the season, you're going to move that number. 3, that's not a good number when you could add 4.5. So you take the flyer on the money line. If they win, it's a win. If they lose by 3, you're like, whatever. They could have won a game. you'll find something that could have went wrong. But
I'll be giving my clients a different play, but me personally, I like the Falcons out right here.
Yeah, take the.
I think this is where everyone gets killed. Game of the week.
I think everybody gets killed on Vegas. I think everybody's gonna take Vegas.
See, I think
Raiders
Vegas
and
wins.
Panthers?
It's whether they cover the number. I don't know.
It's a letdown game for the Raiders.
I disagree. I know what you're talking about. But
I grabbed the Raiders at 4 thinking this is a steal. And I got under 43.5. I'm like, are you kidding me? I don't even care that they were beating Baltimore because Carolina was that bad. Now you switch up to a quarterback, and I'm like, here I am. I'm going to lose with a good number. I'm going to lose with another good number because they're going to come in here. Carolina is. And everybody's got something to prove because we're not crap. It was the quarterback who's crap. So they're going to play above their heads, end up losing by a field goal, and I'm going to lose with a 4 when everybody else got 6 and 7s. And I'm going to be like,
they're going to play competitive. Carolina, I agree with you. Carolina is going to come into Oakland and play or Vegas and be super competitive. I agree.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, that Raiders defense is not the same Raiders defense it was from 2 years ago. That is a much improved Vegas defense. And Garrett Minshew, holy crap, they finally got a quarterback that can throw to Jacoby Myers, Devontae Adams, and Brock Bowers. I mean, they didn't have that for the past couple of years. They finally got someone that could throw the ball. And if you watch that Ravens second half of the Ravens game, Minshew, boom, 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 boom. Don't sleep on the Raiders, guys. Don't sleep on the Raiders. I'm telling you right now. You have to watch it to see it.
Yeah, I don't know when I'll be able to take the Raiders again.
I got money on the Raiders -5, but it wouldn't surprise me if they win by a field goal. But I would be surprised if they lose. I would be surprised.
Well, I'm just saying from the standpoint of covering, I could just see that being like a field because that's typical Raiders.
I can see that. Yep. Absolutely.
It's a letdown spot. They're off a big win on the road. All right. Last but not least, Bears +1 at Colts -1. The Bears have held the team.
Stop the crap. Who
Bears
cares?
Defense under 20 points their last 6 games.
That's what teams do. They play down to garbage opponents. And let's be honest, my Tennessee 4.5 probably should have been an outright winner instead of not even a cover.
Yep.
Has your quarterback thrown a touchdown yet this year? No. You had the Texans. You had the Texans playing with you.
I don't.
And that's also just a
bad. No touchdown.
No, he hasn't thrown a touchdown.
3 quarterbacks have no touchdowns.
Bo Nix,
Aiden Daniels, and
Bo Nix. All the rookie quarterbacks have done absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, what are you doing here? And Anthony Richardson, I don't love Anthony Richardson. He's still growing as a player, but the Bears I'll take the Colts. That again, you want this guy who hasn't thrown a touchdown, hasn't looked good. I know. Apparently, your defense is great. You got a bunch of star players. That's all. That's your wacko Bears fan saying this chat. You're losing here. You're losing. That's fine. That's what rookies do. They go on the road. They lose to better teams. Yep. You might have a win next week, though. I think you got the Rams, and as I said, beginning of the season, this was a pivotal game that gets you to that 7 wins, maybe 6 wins, because if the Rams were healthy, lucky you, the Rams are banged up and have no receivers.
They got more injured players than healthy players. The Rams.
The Bears are 3-point favorites in that game, by the way, and I still might take the Rams in that game.
I called Bo Callahan is going to have 1 touchdown pass, 1 interception with 140 yards passing. And Anthony Richardson is gonna drive down in the 4th quarter and get a game-win score to win it.
Exactly. I mean, this is a pick 'em, sign me up here.
He's Bo Callahan. He's Bo Callahan. I've been saying it. Bo Callahan. This is what I really, really want to say. Close your eye or just put your hand over the quarterback and look at the throws. It's like identical to Justin Fields from the previous 2 years. What's the difference? Fields can run and scramble and run for positive yards. Williams still thinks he's playing for USC and running away from Colorado defensive players.
Taking 16-yard sacks, think he's going to outrun guys.
19-yard sack. I got words that I don't want to say on the air, but yes.
All right. I like the under in this game.
If I'm betting this game, I got the under 44.
All right. Sean likes the Colts. Any thoughts on the total, Sean?
Probably under as well.
Under? All right.
Colts 24-13. I'm going to go with that.
So
21-13.
Last week we had Survivor.
Somebody's
Pick.
calling me from Illinois. They must be talking. I hear me talking about
Oh,
you.
they're like, you're taking my Bears.
Maybe
Sean,
it's you ordering a Chicago pizza because how much you love it.
Area code 331 says Illinois.
yeah, that's northwest suburbs. Survivor pick. Sean had the Chargers. Anthony had the Ravens. Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be the only time I could take the Commanders was against the Giants.
Tooch said it's so easy to do the Survivor picks. Well, I just proved that it's not that easy.
Yeah, it's not easy.
I'm eliminated.
This week, Sean is taking.
Hold on, I had Tampa.
This week? Buccaneers,
no,
right?
I can't. I took Tampa last week, so I can't take them again.
You had Buccaneers.
Buccaneers first week, yeah.
All right. So this week I will go. Who are you taking, Tooch?
Browns.
I'm going to take the Raiders, but yeah, I like the Browns too. At home against the Giants.
That looks too easy. You know me. I got to go somewhere else.
Oh, take the Niners. That doesn't look too easy.
Oh,
See, I want to take the Rams. This is a Survivor, though. I can't just take the Rams. I want the points.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't take the Rams money. You got to take the Rams +7.
Yeah.
Oh, take the Falcons. There you go. That's right down your alley. You like go bold. Go bold or go home, Sean.
The Colts.
Colts. Sean wants to win Survivor here.
No, because I got to save good teams for later.
Yeah, you gotta
I think the Colts will get better as the season goes on.
Okay.
That's what I was doing last week, and I got screwed.
Where Cleveland, I don't know if Cleveland's going to get better as the season goes on to keep this guy quarterback.
So Browns then?
Yeah, good one. We'll take the
You
Browns.
have to go with Browns.
I can't. Yeah, the Giants are terrible.
They're just,
All right, Survivor pick, Sean with the Browns. I'm going to take the Raiders. I don't know if I'll be able to take the Raiders again, but I think the Raiders win it. I don't think they cover, but it's kind of a letdown spot for.
Tooch is on Carolina +5.
All right, let's give away some free plays.
I don't know why you do it with a question. Just do it.
Yeah, you already got.
Every week he asks, it's like he does it as a question.
Yeah. Well, that's like my cue to let you guys know that little.
You're the host, buddy.
That little stinger.
The host. We're gonna give out free plays if you like it or not. Go ahead.
The stinger's coming. So. All right. So let's go to Anthony's free plays. Got Baylor money line on the road at Coach Prime.
Yes, I love it.
Plus money. Woo-hoo!
My revenge play from last week. I had Colorado State +7.
Yeah, terrible. I Colorado State too.
Yeah.
Sean, Buffalo +13.5 versus Northern Illinois.
Love it. It's the ugliest play on the board.
Yes.
Ugliest play on the board. Is that in DeKalb or is that in Buffalo?
That's in Northern Illinois.
In DeKalb? Okay. All right.
Oh, good letdown spot.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys riding that trend. 14-1 coming off a loss straight up. I'm getting a decent number, money line -105. I don't need the point. 12-3 against the spread coming off a loss. Give me the Cowboys at home. Sean's team. We still like the Cowboys, right?
Sean likes the Cowboys. He likes the Oakland A's, and he likes
Royals.
The Royals, and he's a Strider fan.
And
Strider's good.
Yeah.
And a Chris Sale.
Doesn't like New Jersey Nets or
I like
Jets, Giants.
Did the Nets trade Ben Simmons? Is that true?
Yeah.
He really went to the
Golden
Warriors?
State. Yep.
Hold on. I want to know what they traded him for. I saw that. I didn't say what they
I didn't know if that was.
How is he still relevant? Why is he still in the league? How is he still relevant?
What was his name again? Ben what?
He doesn't play.
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
He
plays defense. He never scores.
He's a seat warmer.
Yep.
He's a seat warmer. That's all he does is keep the seat warm on the sidelines.
Yep.
How is this guy still in the league? He hasn't played in 5 years.
Remember, if we go 3-0 on the show today, one viewer will receive.
Hold on a second. That's not true. That trade, is it? It's a fake trade. Fake trade goes viral. Yes.
Fake news.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I knew there was something. I was like, it just didn't make any sense. I was like,
Say Ben is fully cleared and a full participant to start the camp. He's excited. Yes, 28-year-old.
Right. Game 2, the dude's out with a toe injury. Mark my word. He's like the what's that? Those three brothers. Who is it? The balls. He's like the ball fan.
Balls. Yep. Lonzo Ball.
Yeah.
Mellow Ball.
I mean,
LaMelo.
I've never seen. Oh my gosh.
All right, you guys. Let you get out of here. We got Willis Towers coming up next.
Willis Towers ready to keep hype up the Bears weekend.
Yep. All right,
Hype
fellas.
them
Good
up
luck.
because we really downgraded the whole weekend for the Bears.
Sean has any bets going tonight for the games?
Just St. Louis under 8.
Okay.
And I just grabbed Texas first 5 with DeGrom minus the half. I didn't do the 130.
No college football tonight, right? No.
I grabbed a couple dogs in the free pick. I took whoever's got
San Jose State
and Stanford. Right? I got both dogs here, Stanford and San Jose.
All right.
Colton gave up a 2-out, 2-run homer with the bottom of the first.
To kill the Murphy.
Murphy.
I jinxed him.
Yep.
2
All right.
strikes, 2 outs, man on second, bottom of the first. 1 strike away.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one tonight.
All right, fellas. Take it easy.
All right.
Good luck.
Yep,
Good night.
you too.